Hey guys, it is Mike. Since I finished up my Children of the Corn franchise reviews, I wanted to go ahead and do a quick ranking video. I'm putting them in order of my like, from 10 to 1. So hope you enjoy this. At number 10 is the God Awful remake that was released in 2011. Is that right? No, 2009. I understand that you don't want the remake to be exactly like the original, but you don't make it sort of like the original, except all the characters are awful um, or weak. In the original, you had good characters. You had some redeeming characters. You had some strong, frightening characters. In this one, you had a couple that you hated because all they did was fight and scream and carry on and have like flashbacks. And then you have kids that are supposed to be powerful and scary, and they're not at all. So the movie sucked. I gave it an F, and I put it in my Goodwill pile. Number 9 for me was actually Part 8 Genesis. It really was just kind of a nothing movie. Nothing really interesting happened in it. The characters, the couple were interesting, and the old guy was interesting, but pretty much nothing else. I mean, there were two deaths that you kind of saw, but not really. There was very little blood, very little interest at all in this movie. I did give that one a D. It was released in 2011. Coming in at number 8 is actually Part 9 Runaway. Not a half bad movie. It was released in 2018. The characters were all pretty interesting, and the tension was there. It was pretty good. And you actually had some Children of the Corn, to where in Genesis you had a Child of the Corn, and in the remake you had a bunch of kids that were wimpy. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. Malachi was a nothing in that remake. That was moving on. Okay, so I gave Runaway a C minus. Coming in at number 7 is Part 6, and that is 666 Isaac's Return. I also gave that one a C minus. Isaac didn't do much. You would think that with it being Isaac's Return, he was going to come back and be all badass, but nope. Not at all, really. I mean, he had one scene with the Stacy Keach character, and that was about it. The rest of the time, he was pretty much a wimp. But the rest of the characters were okay, and I did enjoy the deaths in this movie. I did give that one a C minus, C minus. Coming in at number 6 was number 3, Urban Harvest, C minus. Came out of '95. This movie it was fine, but we've heard about He Who Walks Behind the Rose in all of these movies. And where do we finally get to see him? In Part 3, in the middle of a city, in the middle of a condemned factory or warehouse or whatever the hell it was, in a little patch of corn. What? I mean, seriously, come on. And really, we only had one Child of the Corn, and that was Eli, and he was annoying as hell. The only death I liked in that movie was his. So, yeah, it was okay. There were some pretty interesting deaths in this one, with the bugs coming out of these people and their heads cracking in half, and poor Malcolm getting his head stretched clear to the moon. And yeah, it was all right. I did give that one a C plus. No, a C. As far as number 5, it's actually number 5, and that is Fields of Terror. It was not a bad movie. It was just different. You had the whole brother and sister thing going on. You did have Children of the Corn, which was good, but they kind of underutilized Eva Mendes. The lead girl was good. The rest of the characters were pretty good. The deaths were interesting, and that kind of family element was kind of fun, but it was not my favorite, but it was watchable. and I gave that one a C+. It was released in '98. Coming in at number 4 is actually Part 4, The Gathering. I did like this one quite a bit. This was the one with Naomi Watts and um, Karen Black, who I like a lot, and there were Children of the Corn in this one. It was more of a kind of a myth, like a, I don't know, a sci-fi movie in a way, because it dealt with these kids doing things with their minds, the two main dead children of the corn, and then affecting all the other kids in the town. Some interesting kills in this one, not too bad. I did give that one a B minus. That was part 4, and it was released in '96. As far as number 3, I actually gave that to part 2. It was kind of between part 2 and the one that I actually put at number 2. It was released in '92, and it is called Final Sacrifice. I did like all of the characters in this movie. I did like Terrence Knox quite a bit. The kid who played Danny was good, and his girlfriend Lacey. And then poor Micah, the kid who gets possessed by the child of the corn, and he leads the other children of the corn. Some good death scenes, very creepy setting. I really enjoyed Children of the Corn 2. You could tell that it was one that was actually filmed to go to the theaters, because the quality in it is better than some of the other ones that came after. That went direct to video. Coming in at number 2 is Revelation. I really love this one, the one that's set at the creepy old condo, hotel, whatever. The kids were pretty wicked in this one. The deaths were pretty wicked. Um, I loved the main character, Jamie. I thought she was really good. And of course, I love the character of Tiffany. And yeah, some interesting kills in this one as well. I just loved the setting so much, and the fact that it was very creepy throughout the whole movie. So I gave that one a B. Final Sacrifice got a B minus. And at number 1, of course, is the original. It released in '84. I gave that one a B plus, A minus. None of these movies are 5-star. This is the closest, and mainly it's just because of the two main characters and the two main kids, the kind kids. So we have, of course, Linda Hamilton and Peter Horton, who I absolutely loved. And Isaac was a badass in this one, and so was Malachi. I loved those characters. And then I loved the two little Joby and Sarah, I think is what her name was, the one little girl. They were kind of the redeeming. And, we actually kind of got a feel for who he who walks behind the row was, with all the craziness and the electricity. And yes, it's an old movie, so the visual effects were not as great as they could have been, but it was still a fun movie to watch. It's always a movie that I enjoy watching, and I'll probably watch it again around Halloween. So that is my ranking for the Children of the Children of the Corn franchise. I'm going to do another franchise review probably starting next week. It's probably going to be a smaller franchise. I didn't realize the Children of the Corn had 400 movies. But all right, guys, thanks. I hope you liked this. Talk to you soon. Bye.